Check my 1 2 1 2 check my one.
Hi.
Hi Amy, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, you're enjoying. Looks like you're enjoying outside, man.
I am.
Oh, yeah, where you at, man?
I'm just in a park. I'm in Bristol.
Oh,
I've
nice.
been out all day, so yeah.
Proper. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Have you been?
I've been good. You?
Yeah, same minute. So have you been practicing?
Yes.
Good. What have you been practicing?
What we kind of went through, but also just kind of flowing with what feels right to move, if that makes sense.
Good. So how would you say you've been conducting yourself during your practices?
Do you mean like I think just trying to, I don't know, like be I'm so crap at like trying to explain. Um like just moving from like a more truthful place.
Okay.
um I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
um yeah, I don't know.
A good way to conduct yourself is just to be really beholding.
Yeah,
Because when you try to come from a truthful place, you have to say to yourself like, "What's truth?"
yeah,
But if
I think
you,
that's what I meant.
yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, if you just imagine you're a baby, innit? You know, a baby, all they do is just look or is watch. You know, like a little night, like any baby from 0 to I say about 9 months. Most of the time, they're just the eyes just wide open. They're just watching like an owl,
Just the observer.
just observing. Yeah, that's all it really is. And when you practice qigong, you start off with an intent, with an intention. You always
Mm.
need an intention. You know, and then once that intention starts, you watch, and you watch that intention manifest itself, and just keep watching, and just be very observant what's happening. And the more you do that, then you can start allowing your body to do what it wants to do.
What it wants to do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because there were moments last week where my mind was just really um yeah, taking hold, like wanting to control. um and I was finding it more difficult to like, come back in.
Yeah.
So the practices have been helping. And like when I wake up and stuff and go to sleep.
Yeah. So when you wake up, do you remember to like stretch?
Yeah,
Like, do you remember to
yeah,
like to the moment you wake up? It's almost like how to describe it. It's
step into
like
your body.
yeah, like for your 1 minute you're somewhere, the next minute you're somewhere else. And the first
Mm.
thing that one should do is actually be embodying like what I describe or what we describe as the temple, isn't it? The vehicle or the
Yeah.
avatar. Was when we're asleep, we're in a intangible space. We're in dreamscape.
Mm.
But the moment you become conscious that you're awake, you need to wear this body, man. But you have
Yeah,
to
I'm
wear
not
it from
realizing
inside.
that.
Yeah. So if you can remind yourself to keep on practicing that, it takes time, but eventually it becomes nature, and that's when qigong really starts. That's when yoga starts.
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
From that moment forth, you are actually doing yoga and or qigong or whatever you want to call it, or living.
Yeah.
Then you're like probably just, you know. And when we practice meditation, all we're doing is just allowing ourselves to kind of immersing in that again.
Mm.
But you know, in our everyday
Yeah.
lives, we're always creating things, isn't it? We're always like just we're busybods.
Mm.
You know, we have a lot of we're just doing stuff. But
Yeah,
every
we're just
now and then,
always
if you just
doing.
yeah, we're always just moving around. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Um, yeah. I think it's been a constant battle. Because I speak to my coaches with it too about how being able to come into the into the body more as well though, because I'm just always trying to like plan everything, and I'm very much in the doing mode, and um I really have to be like so aware of bringing myself back in. Like it's really hard.
When you
um
say yeah,
I'm aware of it now, but um yeah.
and when you say you have to bring yourself back into yourself, what does that mean, man?
um
Like, where else is there to go?
no, like I mean like I'm just in my head,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
you're in thoughts.
Yeah.
Are the thoughts like what are the thoughts usually about?
um like my day and how I'm planning it, and like not just being able to flow like with more ease.
Was it like judgmental thoughts? The self-critical.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's monkey mind again, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. um
Are you? Would you say that you are able to watch yourself having those thoughts,
yeah, definitely.
you know, without being like attached to them?
Yeah, I can do that.
Then
I
there's
know
nothing
I can
wrong.
do that.
Then there's nothing wrong with those thoughts, then, is it?
No.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with those thoughts, then.
No.
This is like really like it's such a mind fuck to tell people to stop thinking. It's impossible, man.
Mm.
Just
Yeah,
let
it's not what the brain does.
yeah, that's the mind. The mind is what it does is to I can't get the right word to say, but yeah. So like when we do qigong, yeah, you're you're this thing that's embodying this body, isn't it? Yeah. The main thing, what I find, I should have told everyone from the beginning, really, is to have no anticipation of what the outcome is going to be.
Mm. No, we did talk about that before.
Yeah, I tend to say it like before classes, like, you know, one of the things is no anticipation. But what is you find this with like a lot of scholars or even like teachers or anyone who's like on a discovery of knowledge. They always say that the lesson never ends. So with like qigong or martial arts, you find that you just practice something without no anticipation, and then every now and then you reach a what we describe as a peak, like a eureka moment. You think, whoa, like wow, I've discovered something that I wouldn't have discovered if I hadn't practiced this. But then you continue practicing, and then after a while you think, whoa, what I've really that thing that I just discovered is still not even the tip of the iceberg. And
Mm.
you do more, and then more things start revealing themselves, or you start having more eureka moments, more epiphanies.
Mm.
So like even with myself, when I practice, each time I practice is completely different. You know, the
Yeah.
only thing that remains consistent with my practices is the way I conduct myself.
Mm.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A good example is when like a violinist plays a piece, they can't play the same piece again.
Mm.
Like musicians know this very well. Like I do music as well. You know, you have a jam, you play something beautiful, but you can never play it again. But the
Yeah.
thing that is constant is the way we played, the way we jammed, the way when I say jam, I'm talking about with other musicians, isn't it? The
Yeah.
only way you can jam, like in quotes, is when everyone lets go and not really give a fuck what's happening,
Mm.
and the whole piece creates itself. So likewise, when we practice qigong, the way I conduct myself is I don't have this image in my mind of how I should look,
Yeah.
was I'm just looking for myself internally. Like I find it because I have a mirror in my living room, and I find that my monkey mind looks at the mirror. I find it. It's very like distracting. That's why I
Yeah.
prefer practicing outside. When you practice outside of nature, there's no egoic reflection. Like in the mirrors are very like egoic.
Yeah.
But when get into that what we call like zero point, this point where I just start viewing from inside, I've no, I really don't care what I look like. The main thing is I'm just going this flow that's happening within my being,
Mm.
and I can only get there if I just in the beginning just observe. You know, like when I practice qigong, not all the times it's different every single time, man. Every single time. There's this thing. So right now we're still doing foundation, but eventually I want to start teaching you the eight brocade, isn't it? And the eight
Yeah.
brocade looks very simple. It's very like there's about 10 pieces to it, but they call it eight brocade. It looks very simple, but every time I practice the eight brocade, each time, if you film me, it looks slightly different. And it depends on what terrain I'm on, depends what time of day I'm practicing, depends on the temperature. Like it's always different. But the
Yeah. And it's
constant
like,
is that I conduct myself.
yeah, because our environment can be different, which can also, um, I've definitely found that too, like change things,
Yeah?
environment that we are in.
It really does, like, just, yeah, man. The main thing just be like, I think I say playful, I guess.
Mm.
As kids, when we play, we really don't know. It doesn't matter if we're doing it right or wrong. We're playing.
Mm. Yeah, that's something I definitely realized the other day, that still how caught up I can get in thinking or worrying what other people are thinking instead of just doing what I want to do or how I want to express myself. Um, yeah, which has been quite fun.
I was actually thinking about the other day, a really good exercise to do to kind of teach yourself to let go, as in like not really care. And it's psychological thing. It also prepares your body. Let me show it to you. So I'm
Mm.
standing here, yes, and then I'm just gonna let go, right? And then I'm gonna come back
Yeah.
up, but I want to come back in such a way where I'm just gonna come back as natural as possible. Yeah, that's me coming back as natural as possible. How my body wanted to get up. It was like no, do you know what I mean? I'm not. Does it make sense? What I'm saying. If I want to get, I'm just. If I want to get. So that's one exercise. The more you do this, I recommend maybe like do it on a bed or something for yourself at the moment. Yeah. Another exercise as well. Once you get on the floor now, and this is what I do. I do this. I actually do this often throughout the day. And all I do is roll around. like literally like a little kid.
Yeah, we were doing this before. I try
Yes.
and do this, but I've not got a lot of space.
Yeah, yeah, but now you're in the park, you
Do it
can.
on the grass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But so Amy, the objective of this now though, watch my arms. Yeah, look how my arms. Watch how my arms fall. Yeah, watch. I'm rolling on my arms, and when you do this, the more you play this game, the more watch this arm, watch this arm, watch. I was not using. I was just using basically. I'm moving my whole body with my spine.
Hmm.
I'm literally just rolling. So as toddlers, as babies, in the beginning, if you leave a toddler, a baby on the bed, all it does is this. I promise you, I watched my son like obsessively as a child. When you leave a baby on his back or her back, all they do is this, and they can put their hand in their mouth. All they are is a ball, and these limbs here, these limbs here, they're still so connected to the dantian, to the three dantians. And then, if you put the baby on its stomach, it does this. The baby lies like this. If you try to put it on its stomach, it lies like this. It's only until the baby's about 3 months old. If you put it on its back now, beginning it was doing this. When you put it on, by the time it's 3 months old, it does this. You see that?
Yeah.
It's lowered itself a bit more now. Yes, the head's still raised up off the ground. There is. And likewise, the 3-month-old baby, if you put it on the ground now, it will start doing this. It will lie like this. Before it laid like this. You see where yoga comes in, yeah? It starts lying like this. So now, about 3-4 months now, when it's able to do this, right, it starts being able to move, to crawl. You see? But sorry, let's go backwards. Right, so in the beginning, when you put a baby like this, one of the first things it learns to do is to let go of the tailbone. Yeah, and it learns to turn, it learns to torsion. It learns to turn onto its stomach. You see?
Yeah, and that's all from the core, right?
It's all core. It's the first thing
Yeah.
that babies do. When you put them on the back, one of the first things they learn is to let go, and then they turn. They learn the torsion, and they come up this way. You see? We're recording this so you can watch it and you can practice, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, so what I recommend for you, lie on your back like this, head raised up like this, yeah? And then just let go, and then learn to torsion, come up like this. The more you play this game, the more you're gonna start seeing your spine, you know?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, because when I do it, I can really feel it as well. Because all I'm doing is moving from the core, like from the dantian. I'm not moving from anywhere else.
That's it, yeah, that's all, yeah, just move from the core like that. Right, and then once you've done that, now baby is on its stomach. And one of the first things once they get on their stomach, the first thing they do is this. They actually lift up their head to look at the world.
Yeah, and all of those movements you're doing are yoga postures.
Yeah, but you see the way I'm doing this, Amy. It's not like in a yoga class where everyone's meant to be perfect.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah, the whole point is in the beginning, start off by rolling around like a little, like you're like like an amoeba or something. Yeah. But roll around like I'm talking about maybe an hour of rolling around. Roll around until the point where you have so much so you can really see inside, like you're really wearing your body. You're wearing the spine, you know? And this rolling around is just really prepping you to be able to torsion. And once you can torsion, this is what this is, then you can start lifting your, let me come back here. And then you can lift up your whole torso without your arms. You see? I'm not using my arms to push up.
yeah. I can't even do that.
Yeah? Yeah. So for yourself at the moment, Amy, when you come up like this, I know that you're going to start coming off to one side as you lift up. Yeah, you're going to come up to one side as you lift up. But the more you do it, eventually you're going to come up straight. Does that make sense? But you have to do it often.
Yeah.
You have to keep on playing the game. Whereas if you're if you're having to use your arms to do this, it's not real. The spine is disconnected then. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So yoga teachers have to be really honest about that. They have to tell people like, you know what I mean? Be honest with your movements. Don't try to copy what they're doing, man. If you can't come up like here without the arms, then if using your arms come up right, it's not real.
No.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, because yeah, when I do that, I can't come up very far. But I guess, would that be hard? Because I've still got rods in my back. It's going to be a bit harder, I guess.
If
But
you've got rods in your back,
yeah,
are they meant to be removed or anything?
I don't know. What? No, I mean they stay in. But I've been thinking because I can feel so much trauma that's come up from the lower back. Like I've lifted quite a lot of it, but it's like, yeah, I've had that thought where could I get it removed, but I don't know if I'd want to put myself through that again.
Yeah, yeah. You know those rods, they're always gonna hamper you, then, man. If they're there,
I
it's like
know, and I have to just accept that.
yeah, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah,
But so with your qigong at the moment, play it down on the floor. Is what I noticed. So that if you can't lift yourself up like this or do proper torsioning, when you come up, into like up to here now, then there's no way your whole spine is going to be holding itself. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
yeah,
So be more like a toddler. When the qigong classes, all really I'm teaching people is just how to conduct yourself. Because once you're able to let, when I say conduct, it means just to let go, man. Literally let go. Because when we let go, right, the body does what it needs to do.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
makes
I
sense, doesn't
think,
it?
yeah, I think that's what I was trying to explain at the beginning, but obviously I'm still struggling to do that, so I'm not completely letting go.
It's gonna be it's gonna be difficult, man. Because at the moment you have a external object within you as well, man. I'm speaking from a holistic
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because if I walked around with an arrow in my back, I would know. I would feel it all the time. And because
mm,
and the thing for you, it started when you was really young. So basically, it kind of embedded itself in your psychology. So when you say your mind is like all over the shop, that could be a manifestation of what's happening within your being, man. Does it
yeah,
make sense what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. And I can feel that because when I really felt into the sensation of what I'm still holding on to, like so much anger and tears, and everything came up to the fact where I had to rest the next day. Like it was quite deep, like the stuff that had come up.
Yeah, man.
And it was all to do with me not being able to, like you said, yeah, just be and surrender and just be myself,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, so I can
Um,
imagine it's very frustrating, man.
yeah, yeah,
Proper, yeah.
yeah.
Well, when did
It's
you
a
put?
lot deeper than just my lifetime. Like it goes back a long time. I can feel that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When did you have those rods put in your body, man?
Um, 15 and 21.
Jeez Louise. Is it like on the vertebrae?
One's lower down, yeah, just on my like next to my spine, like, and then there's a curve in the middle, so they put it like a rod in the middle part.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was quite severe, I guess. It was like an S shape.
When you was younger.
Where it just got bigger because I guess I allowed it to. I didn't know any better.
So did it become like after the rods?
No, it just gradually from the age of 12, it just started to get the curve just started to get bigger.
Okay. Yeah, when you're going through puberty and
Um,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, jeez Louise, man.
Mm. Yeah. I think that that's the thing that I have to keep remembering that I'm probably, well, I don't want to say battling, but I am. And I
Yeah.
just need to find that balance because, like you said, it's always going to be there. So I now just, and because other people have done it too, where because I can heal that part of myself. Like,
Yeah. Have you met other people with a similar situation as yourself?
I had some close friends. One actually sadly passed away, but she had it a lot more severe than me. Um, but yeah, and especially being in young women, like it causes all other different things as well, like depression and
Yeah.
um, because of how our body looks and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it would be something nice to do, like to connect other people with, especially women that go through this.
Have you ever tried was it a sensory deprivation tank?
No.
So basically, it's a tank of water, and what they do is it's like some kind of saline or something, some liquid, and it's heated to like body temperature, and you go in this capsule. They close the lid, everything's dark, and what it's meant to do is deprive of your senses. Then after a while, you don't realize you can't tell if your eyes are open or not, and you can't tell if you're floating or not. And some people use that as a form of relaxation, man. It might help. But inside
Yeah,
that kind of vacuum, it's gonna give your your nerves or your pain like some kind of like respite. Does it make sense?
yeah. Because my ex did that once actually in London. I've not done it, so yeah.
I've got a friend that I think they started up a one of those kind of like places. I'll get in touch and I'll try to pass you the number.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it's open now with the lockdown.
Yeah, I doubt it would be.
Yeah. Well, the next best thing is just like do you just go swimming?
Well, yeah, when I can, I used to go swimming quite a lot, but
Yeah, swimming's like for me is like so amazing, man.
mm,
Like proper.
yeah, yeah, I've missed not doing swimming.
Yeah. But
Mm.
when you're doing your qigong now, would you say that you're more aware of your lower dantian?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like I can. Um, whereas I'd have to like find it and feel, yeah, a bit uncomfortable before.
Yeah, does it feel uncomfortable just before you find it?
Um, sometimes.
Yeah, so it's different every time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the thing once you find your low dantian, that your everything be like your roots and your basically that area there now gives you better foundation, isn't it? Makes you like less all over the shop. You're more grounded. And from
mm,
if anything like that's it's good to have that at least a good foundation.
mm.
Because without that, you could literally be all over the shop.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So how often? What time do you would you say you when you practice, man? What time?
It's more in the morning, so I'd wake up. And like you said, even if it's just 15 minutes, I do that.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, man.
Um, because yeah, even if I'd rather do more, sometimes I can. But I just try and work it in with like I don't know if I'm doing a workout or something, but yeah, in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
Mm. And I think maybe try and get in the habit of doing it in the evening as well, a bit more before I go to bed. I don't know.
yeah. In the evening, is different type of qigong, man.
Mm.
But it's like qigong, like the eight brocade and muscle tendon changing form. It's not really good towards the end of the night. It gives you too much energy.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because when we used to do it, yeah,
And night is different. Also, when I teach females, I teach it different to males.
yeah, because our yeah, it's different, right? Surely it
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
different.
yeah. That's why it's slightly difficult to do group classes. Always try to pick something
Mm,
that suits everyone.
mm.
But like male and
All
female,
different.
yeah, it's different. Yeah, man. Because there's
And
some
we all
things
move
like
different.
yeah, move differently. Yeah,
Mm.
there's some sounds as well. I haven't really introduced you guys to the sounds. So here's the thing. Here's another thing. Right, when when you've been conducting yourself, have you been able to watch the sounds that your body makes?
Mm.
I'll give you an example, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll give you an example. So when I'm breathing normally, and I just watch myself breathing, I can hear like there's certain pathways in my body that is tighter than the other. And this is due to me, I stopped smoking now, but like this is due to my habits from before, in the past, certain things. But here's another thing though, when I do certain moves now and I allow my body to just, when I say sigh, when I sigh, I can really feel from which organ within my being is actually feeling this sigh more. Whereas when we sigh, it's actually air from inside pushing outwards, isn't it? And as it
Mm.
pushes outwards, it actually pushes onto organs.
Mm.
It kind of caresses and touches organs. If we have certain like restrictions within our body, certain organs might be tight. Yeah, so within your being, I know that within your being, you got like issues with your liver and your issues with your kidneys and stuff as well. Yeah, and your spleen. So when you sigh, just be mindful of where the sigh is touching or kissing. And as you
Mm.
do that, each organ is going to make a certain sound. It's going to make the whole body sound something. Make the whole body. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's like generic sounds that we use. We use like shh, the shh sound. Choose to do with like water, like to release, to do like reproductive and um, genitals and stuff like that. And like or is so sorry, hu is like a stomach sound. Yes, and
Mm.
you've got e now is more coming up towards here. E is like comes to like this kind of area here. And then or is that coming around here? But what I'm saying is that when you sigh, your body is going to start making different sounds.
Mm.
So be observant as you sigh. Really, really feel. I keep saying it's like vibrato. It's like this kind of internal vibration that appears. And the more you do this, the more you can start massaging or touching or caressing these internal organs. The breath's
Yeah,
coming in either through the nostrils or the mouth, depending on what your body or the temperature is. But as you
mm.
let go of this of the breath, really feel your body's. It's almost like it's kissing itself. It's almost like it's
Yeah.
stroking itself.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense, but it's an internal stroke. You're using your chi. You're using this letting go to caress yourself from inside.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? But so when like here I'm sunk here and I start doing this kind of movements here. So as I'm doing this now, my breath is very uniform. But before, when I used to smoke, I used to find that my right area here used to be tight. Used to be tight around here. So as I breathed out, there was that restriction to one side. There was always some kind of restriction as I breathed out. Yes. So
Yeah.
what I did is now I really watched my body, and as the sigh came out, what I found is that I had to actually let go somewhere else. Let me go back here. Start from here. I'll do something like this, and as I sighed, I found restriction here, which meant somewhere down here had to give way.
Mm.
Do you see what I just did? So I was
Yeah.
like here. I sighed and it was like, it felt like it was, it was stuck somewhere. So I knew that I had to let go somewhere else.
Mm.
I had to let go. And then I let go further down.
Mm.
And the routine, by the end of the routine, I just kept on doing this to the point where I allowed my body just further letting go. Letting go. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But you can really, like, so when we observe, when I say when you behold or watch yourself, you're not you're watching it in totality, man.
Yeah.
You're watching the sounds that your body's making. You're watching all the intricacies that are happening inside as well.
Mm. And especially after last time, like when we had our class, like since then I've been catching myself more. Um, when I'm not doing it, and then I realize, and I'm watching how I stand and how I like lean onto a lot of things as well, and like
Yeah.
I don't yeah, and like you said, really, like I can hear when I hear it, but I'm not quite, yeah, like really feeling and listening to it. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But as as I'm standing here, and I know that my body is there's still a slight swaying. Yeah, there's still a slight
Yeah.
swaying that's happening, and this is just like for my, because no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, so I'm allowing my body just to really express itself now. And the way I'm holding my hands, let me let go of that. I need to let my body just do what it wants to do.
Mm.
But then, just breathing. And eventually, it finds stillness, man.
Mm.
But it only happens if I really allow it to do it. Was before when I just smoked, there was like a massive like discrepancy between one side to the other side, and like my fiance can attest to this. I'll be sleeping, and all of a sudden I will convulse. Not
Mm.
sleeping, but before when I go to sleep at night, I allow my body to do whatever it needs to do. Like literally,
Yeah.
I'll lie there, I'll watch my breath, and I will let my body do whatever it needs to do. It could be convulsion, it could be some kind of convulsion. My arm will start moving one way or whatever it is. But I just allow it to do it continuously to the point where eventually it just has no more to do. Like I don't hold back. Does it make sense? So it's
Yeah.
likewise with the thoughts as well. So with myself
Yeah.
is I don't tend to. I'm not exaggerating when I say I don't really think. I know we say that it's hard not to think, isn't it? But with myself, I find throughout the day I don't really think. Like literally, my mind is like complete. I don't really, unless I have a conversation with someone and they kind of like,
More in the moment.
yeah, like if I have a conversation with someone, they mention something about tomorrow, blah blah. Then they, I take part in their thoughts, isn't it? But when
Yeah.
I'm by myself, I have no thoughts, man. Like seriously, I have no thoughts because I'm always just allowing my body just to express itself.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Mm.
I think what will really help with yourself as well, man. Like if you're finding that you're leaning, yes, let me give an example.
Because I don't even realize when I'm leaning, like, or to one side or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Was the right. So now, as I'm sat here, so as I'm sat here, I'm feeling I'm much better now, But what I'm saying is, before in the past, I had a problem. My root was off, was tight. One side was off, yeah. And when I used to sit to meditate, I used to cross my legs. I would hold like this, and I always felt tight on one end. And I tried to just kept on holding. But I didn't have the eureka moment until one day. What I did is this: I actually just I sat like this, and instead of just holding on to that spot, I went, fuck it, I'm just gonna let it go. And when I let go, this happened. I just let go.
Yeah.
And I just laid and started meditating like this. Because it was honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I did that, eventually, as I did this, eventually, when I came back up again, the root had really loosened up. It loosened up, so when I come back up now, I was able to sit like straight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Because even when I sit like that, though, like I can find myself, because I could be working and I'm sat with my legs crossed, but I'm literally on one bum cheek. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
sit
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
two.
You're off, you're one, yeah.
And that's
I've had that before.
so bad.
Yeah. I've had that
So yeah.
before, man. Like, seriously. Like, most of us, when we sit as well, I watch people, and the same thing happened to me. When people sit in meditation, I watched it. They'll put their hands, they'll put their feet like this, isn't it? You see mine, both of them are
Yeah.
very flat down. There's no space whatsoever, man. Like, I'm really, both bum cheeks are very like even. But I've watched people
Yeah.
when I've watched people when they sit down, one's up like this. Oh, I can't do it. Like your one's up here,
Oh yeah,
and
mine's probably the same. Yeah.
yeah, like this. Yeah, you see, it's up like here.
Yeah.
But the only way to really get rid of this, right, is just fuck that. If you have to sit straight like this, then so be it. Sit like this. At least it's honest.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's honest. I'm not having to like put a facade on that I'm sitting like perfect. But it's honest to my dantian. Whereas when I sit like this and give the impression that I'm sitting lotus, I'm being dishonest to my dantian, which
Yeah. Because
makes
it's
it
not
much.
your
Does it make sense what I'm
expression.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an internal battle happening now. There's no way I can
Yeah.
meditate like this. But if I be
No.
honest to my dantian, I look very comfortable at the moment. I feel very comfortable. There's no way I'm gonna get pins and needles like this either.
Mm.
It makes sense what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The more you practice, like, but it really does begin. It really does begin with that first moment in the morning when you wake up and you're able to wear your body from inside. The more you practice this, the more it becomes. The more you can embody your body throughout the day as well.
Yeah.
Like it's just karmic, isn't it? Like for many of us, like we don't really embody the whole of our bodies from a young age, man. It sounds really like esoterical what I'm saying, but I can see this within a lot of beings. It's just karmic,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
like really karmic. Whereas when you're really present in your being, like you become very like peaceful. There's nothing. You're not all over the shop. Yeah. So let me put my dancing back. But you see, I'm able to put my dancing out of place just to
Yeah.
imitate someone who doesn't have it. Does it make sense what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it takes just letting go.
Mm.
So what I really recommend, Amy, is start playing rolling on the ground, man. Because the weather's getting nicer now. Keep
Yeah. Yeah.
rolling around, yeah, rolling around, and imagine you're like a toddler again. You're gonna be hampered because you have those like those things in your body, but just go easy, go very slowly, and then you can
Yeah.
still. Does it make sense? So it still gives you like an inner. So you have some kind of inner viewing of your temple, of your body, of your vehicle, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And when you practice, just man, the main thing is just be honest, man. Allow your body to really honestly express itself.
Mm.
Because when you allow your body to freely express itself, all those noises that I said early on, they will start presenting themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
like proper, man. So right now, the way you sat here, you sat like this. What you
Yeah. And
what,
that's
what
for
you
it.
yeah, what you want to do is actually this.
I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But this is what I've been doing for the past 2 days. I've been lying on the ground playing, but because of lockdown, I've developed like a bit of a stomach. So I was doing the garden. I was getting pissed off that my stomach was getting in the way in it. And what I've been doing is just this. For the last 2 days, I've done about 2,000 of these. And when I do this, I'm not holding my breath, just breathing normally.
Yeah.
And if you breathe normally, the body starts adapting to doing this. Don't need to force it. Then after I've done as much as I wish, I then just let go. And then I watch. And once I let the body express itself. Because the internal organs, man, they move like if our internal, so with yourself you got like things that are external being put upon your skeletal structure. Some of us who have like nothing like in quotes wrong with our bodies, we change our form by overeating or undereating as well. Like with myself, because I've been overeating, certain organs have become like in quotes tired or or what they called swollen. So when they swell up, you can imagine it pushes onto all the other organs. And then with
Yeah.
that, the whole body changes as well. Becomes like malformed.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Even when we undereat, we do the same thing. If someone undereats now, the organ shrinks. It
Yeah.
becomes like very tired. But not. I'm just using one organ as an example. But let's say a whole system starts getting tired. Likewise, that whole body being is going to be deformed as well. It's going to be not deformed, but it's going to be like, it's going to be warped.
Oh, I've lost. Hang on. I can't hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you, but it's gone really quiet. Don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know, man. So is it a big park where you're at, Amy?
Huh?
Is it a big park where you're at?
Yeah, it's quite big. Yeah.
Man, I haven't been to the park in about a month, man. 2 months maybe.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been trying to come, obviously, social distancing, but yeah.
It looks like you're in some kind of like bushes or something.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of like some trees. So I've just come in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's nice, like shady.
Yeah, because it's been really hot today. So
Well, make sure you have a nice roll around after this, man.
yeah,
Like a proper roll around. Close your eyes and roll around.
yeah.
Because when I used to do classes in Hampstead Heath, when there was no lockdown, at the end of the class, I get everyone to roll down the hill.
Do you know what though? I actually did that today.
It's amazing, I'm telling you, man.
I know my mum was laughing at me, but no, I did that today.
Yeah, man, don't knock it, man. The reason why I got everyone to roll down the hill towards the end of the class is during the class, we get everyone to let go, to relax, isn't it? Or get in a state of
Yeah,
mind to let go further. And what happens is at the end of the class, when you roll down the hill, people start clicking their own bodies. The
yeah,
vertebrae clicks by itself. If you let gravity take its course, everything's going to click into the right place. That's
yeah,
why I got everyone to roll down the hill.
yeah,
But we did a lot of games on the ground where we just like imagine we're caterpillars and all this kind of stuff. I mean, people think like, is this Qi Gung? And I'm like, for me at the moment, it is.
mm,
Because I'm teaching people who never done this in their life. So far, all I've been doing is trying to teach people to let go. It's just about letting go, man. That's all it is.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And I'm sure you know as well, the more you let go, the more you kind of like you have space for other stuff to happen, man.
mm,
And it
yeah,
feels nice, like it feels like I've been down the road, I've been down that path where before I was always worried and all this kind of stuff. I prefer it like this, where it's like no worries, man. So much
Yeah,
easier.
and I think I'd rather start doing this more in a park so that, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a class this Sunday. So hopefully we'll see you. And then I think I'm gonna. So the government said that we could do 6 people, isn't it? Like in
In a
like was
garden.
it like we can meet 6 people, but you're far out. You won't be able to come. But I'm gonna let people know the next on Sunday
Yeah.
that I'm gonna start doing the outside class. But my plan for this year was actually to teach you guys how to fucking massage, man. Shit. But you know what it is? I was speaking to Ed early on. He's like my neighbor downstairs. What I said to him is a lot of people find it boring was they don't really feel how it is. It depends on the person, obviously. But these things that I'm
Yeah.
teaching you, if I can then now show you how you can actually apply what you've been learning on someone else, it just changes the game
Yeah.
completely. But you know all this stuff
Yeah.
here? When I tell you to let go and do this, believe it or not, this is a part of how I learn to how I do my massages.
Mm.
But you know what? When I massage people, I'm not using any strength, man. That's why I don't get tired.
Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm doing it for out. Like I could do it like not like indefinite. I can massage people indefinitely, and not just standing up. Like on the floor. You see me. I'm on like in every
Yeah.
position, but it's all from Qigong.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. That's what I'm like, man. This year's been weird, boy. It was my goal this year to at least start introducing you guys on how to actually start doing this shit. Because
Doing
then it
it,
just
yeah.
yeah, and it encouraged you to start practicing more qigong. Was when you start seeing, wow, like this stuff that I'm learning, I can actually help people with,
Yeah.
like on a tangible level, man. Jeez Louise. And in
Mm.
terms of the psychology now, that's from my meditation as well. The
Yeah.
ability just to read people, like literally, I read people like books,
Yeah. Yeah.
like literally.
Yeah. Even just, yeah, from the way they stood or whatever.
Yeah, man, literally just by the way they stood.
Mm.
And I'm listening to the way they breathe, and like, there's a lot of things like but it's all from like practice.
Yeah.
Man, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a weird year for me this year, man. I was like, things were looking like they were like speeding up, but it kind of slowed down.
I think I guess it has needed to.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's needed to. I've definitely needed to.
Have you been enjoying it though?
Yeah, I've really just taken that time to really just listen to what I've needed to be doing for a long time
Yeah, yeah,
that I've ignored for a long time.
yeah, yeah. It's been interesting, isn't
Mm.
it? Like a lot of it's made people really slow down, man. Just so to have a look. What's really important.
Yeah. And I think and I'm hearing it too, but I think it's obviously going to be different for every person and what they're going through.
Yeah,
Um, like showing different things up for different people,
yeah.
definitely. Mm.
How far is apart from your house, man?
Um, I've actually been driving. I hired a car for 2 days just because I've been just in my dad's house, and my dad is just, oh, a pool of anxiousness and fear and everything. I can just see my childhood playing out before me. So I'm like, I
Oh,
have to
days.
get out. I have
Yeah.
to get out. So I'm grateful, of course. I love him to bits, but yeah. So I went to the beach yesterday on my own, and then yeah, today the park. So yeah, it's a bit further from my house, but yeah, the countryside around here is amazing. So just going and being in nature as much as I can, really.
Yeah, nature, man. I miss nature, man.
And he won't even walk with me, so I've tried.
How old your father?
Acting like he's in his 80s. He's 59,
Oh,
but
59.
he's really ill. Like he's really physically ill, and I'm trying. Well, it's not my responsibility to do that, but I think me being around may help.
Yeah. Yeah, my father's like 79, 69. He's gonna be 70. Well, he's gonna be 70 next year. Fuck.
Mm.
My parents are doing pretty well, man.
I bet they're good for their age, though, right?
Yeah, man. It helps. My dad's been
Yeah.
practicing since he was like in his teens, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
My
mum like does
parents are like
yoga,
that.
but she does like
Yeah, that's
Vietnamese.
great.
She doesn't do yoga that you guys do. She does like proper traditional old school yoga, man.
Yeah.
My mum does
Yeah.
the stuff that I was doing on the
No.
ground just then.
Yeah.
She pretends
Yeah,
to be
but
a
I was
baby and
trying to.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, like I was. My mum nearly did a roly poly earlier. I was trying to get her to do like a forward roll, and she went. She went down. She went, "No, I can't." I'm like, "But you're up
Oh.
here." It's like, "Get out of here." No, I can't do it.
Tell your mum to do this one, Amy. The reason why she can't do roly poly was that right now her neck feels disconnected from her body. She's scared that she's gonna break her neck.
Yeah.
So usually just get her to
Yeah.
do
Yeah. Yeah.
this. Just tell her just to roll like this.
Yeah.
Just do that. Just to tuck your chin in and just do this.
Yeah.
Because what is most people when they roll onto the head, they don't know what to do once it once it goes to the back of the neck.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's her whole back. She did say that to me. She's like, "No, 'cause I'm gonna hurt something. I'm gonna
Yeah,
not
I
be able
say
to
yeah,
do anything." Yeah, because she can't even touch her toes. So.
yeah.
Mm.
Practice the one that I just showed you is quite cool, man. It's very easy. I saw
Mm.
like I was traveling one time and there was like a couple. They were like in the I think they were like in their 50s or something, and they both had been traveling, and both of them were doing that exercise that I just showed you.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
helps,
okay.
man.
Okay. Yeah. 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 'Cause it would help. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think do you know what it is? Right, so here's when I watch my parents, innit, I just find that they're very playful, man. They just don't really give a fuck. Like they've gone through
Yeah. Which
wars,
is
innit? My
great.
parents have gone through wars and like
Yeah, they've been through a lot.
a lot of shit, right? And they're like the most intrepid, grittiest people I know.
Mm.
But another thing that I see with them, they never stay still, man.
Mm.
Like just you know what I mean? They're still gardening and doing that kind of stuff, and like it just kind of encourages me to like be like them, innit?
Yeah. I think because I don't have that to look up to, I have to
Yeah,
really. Um. Yeah, I've always not been like that anyway. But yeah, I guess it's just a bit not harder. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but yeah, I don't have that to look up to. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I've always had ants in my pants as a kid, man.
Yeah. Mm.
In class, where it was hard to get me to sit down, boy.
Yeah. I can imagine. I was the opposite.
Was you always sat down?
No, I was just always very like I was very slow and just like I was always very athletic though.
Okay.
Very like flexible and stuff. But yeah, just very it's funny when I look at myself now because I that was when I've started to look back and how I was as a child is completely changed.
Are you an only child, Amy?
No, brother, younger brother.
Okay. How old's your brother?
He's 3 years younger than me, so 28,
Okay.
29, yeah, something like that.
Well,
Mm.
you're like 30. You're 31 now.
Yes, yeah, 32 this year.
Or 32. Yeah, you can still pass the 16 though.
I know, I get told that a lot. Yeah,
Helps.
yeah, yeah.
Was there anything you wanted me to give you any advice on anything on, Amy?
No, I think that really helped today, just kind of talking that through with you. And I think going back to doing the rolling, because that was one thing I wasn't doing so as much.
Yeah. I helped you.
Um,
We did it here in the living room last time, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was doing it a lot when I was living on my own. Like, I think it was just difficult when it's here and it's cold. But like you
Yeah.
said, now I prefer to do it in the grass anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love rolling around. Just keep rolling. The more you roll, the more you start feeling your core. But also, just, I don't know, just play. Like, there's so many different things you could do. Like, you could do stuff like this. Start doing stuff like this. But eventually, if you like get more confident, you can start rolling like completely.
Yeah, just as long as I'm moving from that space.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then then the next step after that is what I really recommend. But you might find it slightly difficult. But once again, it's better than nothing. Is get onto the stomach. And then just I think we did this last time as well. Just to lift your body up without your arms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You might start off with your arms by your side like this. But what really helps you, Amy, is if you come up like this. Once you come up here and let go completely. And then let go. Let go. Let go. Each time you let go, the body changes slightly. It becomes less hampered, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always, they must. Here's another thing about Qigong, innit? And with yoga, with anything. There's always a take, and then there's always a give. Yeah?
Yeah.
When we take all. And when we give all. That means that proper letting go. Letting go goes both ways. It's like, taking all and letting go all.
Mm.
There's never anything holding on to. There's nothing to hold on to.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? And the more we
Yeah,
learn
no.
that, the more we can do that, and then you find once you let go of everything, that thing upon where you are present in is the present moment. And that there is eternal.
Internal, yeah.
Yeah, because when our ego is
Hmm.
trying to when it's worried that it might be saying something wrong or something saying something right, what point of reference is it working from?
Mm.
That does make sense. That
Yeah.
point of reference is
Yeah.
not is nowhere. It's just
It's not real.
it's illusion. It's not real.
Mm.
So with any exercise that you do, the way you conduct yourself is when you do a movement. When I'm doing this movement here, I'm sinking down. So when I sink down, I let go. Because I've been practicing, my spine is pretty like sweet. So when I
Mm.
let go, I'm like, it's been letting go. I let go of like all my legs, everything. Everything just comes down evenly. If I haven't been practicing for a long time, I might come down like this. I'm doing
Yeah,
exaggeration, yeah.
distortion. Yeah.
I'm doing exaggeration. I might come down like this,
Yeah.
yeah. That's because like
Yeah.
some sides are tense and whatnot. But the more I practice it, eventually I come down evenly. Because then both sides are letting go evenly.
Hmm.
If I let go completely, I'm still letting go into my dantiendo. You see,
Yeah.
I'm let go completely. Yeah, I'm letting go. Look, still, it's relatively very straight. I'm letting go with gravity right down here. And the only reason why I'm not going any further was my body stopping me from going into the ground.
Yeah.
But likewise, when I stand up now, I stand up completely. I'm not like halfway standing up. Does that make sense? Hear me?